With 2024 already upon us right now, we already know the Challenger and the Charger and the V8 variants are completely dead. That means the Dodge Durango right now is the only vehicle in the Dodge lineup that has a V8. And 2024, this year, is the last year for that SUV to have a V8. So Dodge is going to send it off in the same way that they sent off both the Charger and the Challenger. Dodge has announced last call special edition models for the Dodge Durango. Let's go ahead and hear from our sponsors and drop the video. Today's video is brought to you by CarLock, the world's best GPS tracking and alert system. With CarLock, you'll be able to get various alerts to monitor your car, such as vehicle movement, vehicle vibrations, engine starting. The unfortunate event that your CarLock gets disconnected, you will get an alert for that too. You can purchase your own CarLock by clicking on the link down below. That will give you a 10% discount on your CarLock purchase, as well as use my code to get a 14-day free trial with CarLock as well. Get you a CarLock, you deserve that peace of mind. Let's get into the video. YouTube family, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on this particular video. If you are new here, we do a lot of car related things and talk a lot about a lot of related car topics. So if you like cars, you're in the right place for all that type of stuff. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, appreciate you doing that and thank you, but we will not hold you too long. Let's go ahead and get into the topic of today's video. You see the title and you see the thumbnail. So 2024 is going to be the last year for the V8 Durango. And with that being said, Dodge has decided to send off the Durango in the same manner that they sent off the previous generation Charger and Challenger, even though it's the current because the new ones ain't came out yet, but it's the previous generation. Dodge has already announced their first special edition last call model Dodge Durango, and they are set to announce, a few more throughout the year. So we know with the Charger and Challenger, a lot of the last call special edition models were basically appearance packages, and it seems like so far with the first one that Dodge has released and announced that this is going to follow the same trend. The first special edition Dodge Durango model that they have announced is called the alchemi or the alchemi, or I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest. They didn't there's no pronunciation key or anything like that. So the alchemi, there's some I'm just trying to pronounce it how it's spelled, but I'll put it on the screen. This is what the first model is going to be. This package is going to run you about $3,500 on top of the SRT premium package for the 392 Durango, which the premium package is about $86,200 base price. So you're looking at about $90,000 when you add this appearance package on top of the base cost for this particular model. But what exactly do you get with this package? So with this package, you're going to have 1,000 of these built in 4 different colors. In each color, you're going to get 250 units built in each of these colors. So the 4 colors that you'll be able to get for this particular package is going to be Destroyer Gray, Diamond Black, Vapor Gray, and White Knuckle. Now, the special things about this particular package, it looks like it's going to include some yellow stitching, things of that nature, and some other things that this package is going to include. Of course, you're going to get the 20x10 satin black SRT wheels, yellow Brembo brakes, satin black 392 vinyl fender badge instead of the actual physical badge on the side of the SUV, black exhaust tips, honeycomb texture dual exterior stripes, which typically a lot of the Dodge cars do not come with honeycomb stripes, but this particular SUV will. You also get unique SRT interior accent with yellow and silver stitching. Like I mentioned, it's going to have like that yellow accent color throughout the car. SUV, I should say. SRT 392 logo embroidered on the seat backs. Kind of typical what Dodge does there. Leather and suede steering wheel featuring the white LED SRT logo and forged carbon interior accents. And as I stated, this is all just an appearance package. This is only for the 392 model Durangos. Now, they are going to announce additional last call special edition models throughout 2024, and they really didn't mention whether it would be all 392s. Will there be some Hellcat variants? Will there be some 5.7 variants? Or will they bring us a new engine and drivetrain combination that they haven't before? We also don't know how many of these last call special editions that they will be coming out with. With the Charger and Challenger, they told us up front how many were coming out, how many each were going to be being built, and also the release date for everything. Right now, we're kind of in the dark as to all of that. We have no clue how many they're coming out with. We have no clue what the production number is going to be. As I stated, we have no clue what the engine option is going to be. But the question is, why is Dodge doing the last call special edition model for the Durango? If you recall with the Charger and Challenger, typically those last call models all were a nod or a throwback to previous either crazy SEMA builds or other trims that they had previously before. However, with the Durango, I can't really recall any special trims that they had before or a lot of SEMA builds that they had. I do know a couple of Dodge Durango builds they did do for SEMA. One that comes to mind is the blue Durango that had the shaker hood in it, that had the racing seats and stuff. And I might put a picture up there so you can refresh your memory on it. That was really the only Durango that I recall that really stuck out to me. So what exactly will Dodge be doing with these last call special edition Durangos? We can be pretty certain that the last call Durango models, the special edition models, will mostly be appearance packages here. Now, based on this first one, it seems like they're making new names and new packages for these particular Durangos, but is there a chance that we could see something new that they bring as far as at least the engine option is concerned? So for the V8, they have used the 5.7, they have used the 392, and they have used the original Hellcat engine in the Durangos. Now, the only engine they have not put into the Durango would be the Redeye engine. So is it possible, and would Dodge even consider putting a Redeye engine into the Durango? Let's talk about logistics of why it could happen, also why it may not happen. So with these last call models, Dodge is planning to make these models, they have to make them low cost so they don't have to spend a lot of money to develop them or anything like that. And of course, that's very easy to do with appearance packages. You don't have to change a lot of things. You don't have to do any research or development. You just introduce the new materials and the new colors, and that's all you have to do. Now, to make a Redeye engine work in a Hellcat Durango, it's going to be a little difficult, but most of the pieces are already in place for it to happen. First and foremost, the engine has already been developed and has already been tested. So we know the Redeye engine already holds up. So that's a check mark there. Now, it will be some questions here as far as will it work. Now, we all know that the Durango is an all-wheel drive vehicle, and we know that the drivetrain that's in the Durango is capable of handling the power of the Hellcat engine. But is it capable enough to handle the power of a Redeye engine, which adds another 80 horsepower on top of what's already put out there? Since this would be a new engine and drivetrain configuration, they would have to do some testing on it to make sure that the drivetrain will hold up to handle the extra power. To do that research and development on this particular drivetrain and engine combination, they wouldn't have to spend a lot of money since the engine has already been developed. They would just need to put the engine into the Durango and pretty much just test it out and see if it will break anything. But we all know if Dodge tests anything, they have to put it on the road and whatnot. And we have not seen any spy shots of any Durangos running around or anything like that. However, Dodge could have been very smart about this. They could have put the Durango in plain sight, since the only thing they need to test will be the engine and the powertrain for this particular SUV. They wouldn't have to camouflage it. They wouldn't have to do anything special to the exterior, since that's the only thing they would need to test. So Dodge may have been quietly testing this engine and drivetrain combination right under our noses, and no one knew because no one suspected this would be coming. Now here's the next thing that might make this not worth it here. The Dodge Durango Hellcat is already really expensive as it is. It's already over $100,000 SUV. Now, if you throw a Redeye engine in it, you could very well be looking at an SUV with a base price of at least $130,000. And let's also be 100% honest here. That $130,000 will be before dealership markup, because you know how they're going to get their cut. But I think that'd be the only way Dodge could bring out the Durango with something new that they haven't done before. But I don't think they would go that route, honestly. While I don't think a lot of people are really excited for the last call special edition models for the Durangos, I understand that Dodge has to go this route. because of the fact that the Durango in 2024 is Dodge's flagship vehicle, I should say. That is the only vehicle in Dodge's lineup for 2024 that has a Hellcat engine, that still has V8s, that's currently right now is the only thing that holds the SRT name. There's nothing else in Dodge's lineup that can hold a light to the Durango at the moment. Of course, they got the Hornet, but that is nothing close to what the Durango is capable of. And without the Charger and the Challenger there this year, the Durango is going to be the vehicle that kind of has to keep Dodge afloat throughout this year. Granted, it is going to be the most expensive vehicle in Dodge's lineup by far, with their top trim going for well over $100,000. And you try to factor in a Redeye engine. If they do decide to go that route, which I think it's feasible, I think it's possible, but does Dodge believe that it's worthwhile for them to throw a Redeye engine into this SUV as the last hoorah for this particular vehicle? So those are my thoughts. It's going to be very interesting to see what they come out with for 2024 with these special edition models with the Durango, especially that there's not really any special edition Durango that's came out in the past that they can kind of refer to or anything like that. But I'll be interested to see how they spin this and what new things they can actually bring to the table with the Durango if they choose to do something besides sticker packages. But let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about the last call Durango special edition models? Do you see yourself getting one? I know a lot of you people already have the Hellcat ones. I know some people that have the Hellcat ones and whatnot. Do you think these will be worth it? Me personally, I don't think so. I mean, I already don't see a lot of Dodge Durangos on the road as it is. The 392 models, I rarely see those on the road. I've probably seen more Hellcat Durangos in person than the 392 Durangos, and I don't even see a lot of Hellcat Durangos. So it's going to be very interesting how this pans out. Maybe Dodge is banking on the fact that since they don't have any other cars to sell besides the Durango and the Hornet, that I think they may be banking that people may go ahead and cop the Durango. But we will see. We're going to see how this all plays out. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll run you around for the long haul. As always, thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next video. We are out. Cut it.